I think we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you for coming to this presentation. I'm Chad Stebbins from the Institute of International Studies, and because of the magic of Teams, we're able to have a speaker live from the Czech Republic, where it is 6 o'clock in the evening. They're 7 hours ahead of us. Our speaker is Dr. Kateřina Andršová, an assistant professor of music and coordinator of internationalization in the music department at the University of Hradec Králové. The University of Hradec Králové is a partner university of Missouri Southern, and we've been exchanging students for the past 4 years, and this fall we are also exchanging faculty. We have a faculty member at the University of Hradec Králové, Dr. Becca Shriver from the History Department. Dr. Andršová received her Ph.D. in music theory and pedagogy from the University of Hradec Králové in 2019. She is deeply interested in ethnomusicology, especially in music of the Romani people. She has been working on the analysis of a collection of music recordings made by the world-class photographer Josef Koudelka in Slovak Roma settlements in the 1960s. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Andršová from the Czech Republic.
Good morning for you, good morning for me, good evening. I really appreciate you inviting me to a lecture on my very favorite topic, which is Romani music, Romani language, Romani culture. So today I'm going to speak about Romani people and their music. And now you can see in my presentation what I'm going to speak about. So I hope you will be interested in, and it can be for you something like inspiration for your own study in this issue. So firstly, we will speak about Romani people, who are, where did they come to Europe from, and I choose Romani anthem as a very interesting phenomenon, how I want to demonstrate on this anthem how work Romani traditional music. So it will be first part of my presentation. Then we will speak about, we will try to answer the question, what is more suitable, speak about Romani music or music of the Romani people. Then I choose some Romani song, and I want to show you some interesting parts of and in the end, and it will be very short, we will speak about some Romani musical style in Europe. I think we have 60-minute full program, so we can start just now. Firstly, we can start with vocabulary, because they are words you will listen to in songs. Bashaviben. Bashaviben does mean music. Ateba shavel, to play. A lavutaris is a musician, because a lavuta, they are violin. Díli is song. Gilavel or giavel is to sing. A bacht is from Persian language, does mean happiness, luck. Bachtalo, happy. Odrom, journey. Taves bachtalo or tavem bachtale, may you be lucky. So it's a form of greeting. So it's at start. And who are Romani people? They originated in Indian subcontinent mostly scholars mean it was in Rajasthan, and just now you can find in Rajasthan some group, subethnical group, very similar to our Romani people. They make this same profession. Between them are many musicians too, and since it's estimated since 9th century, they started in some waves migrate into Europe. In this picture, you can see how did they called themselves, their endonyms. So in Egypt, here you can see Ghagar, Halebi. Here you can see Vlach, Rom, it's Europe, Romanichel, they are in Great Britain, Manouche in Francophone countries, Calais, they are in Spain, they are famous because they dance flamenco and sing and play flamenco. Here in Germany-speaking countries are Sinti. They speak Romani language, but you can listen many words from Germany language, and pronunciation is deeply affected by Germany language. And here in the north of Europe, Tatare, and in Finland here are Kale. So there are many endonyms how Romani people call themselves. Here you can see also exonyms, Gypsy, Tsigan, Tsingari. In my country are named Tsikani, but this expression is not correct, and it's not good to use this expression. But there are exonyms how majority call names. So, and in 1971, during the first World Romani Congress, where was founded International Romani Union, Romani people decided to call themselves politically correctly Roma and Sinti. They decided in London during this Congress to use Romani flag, a little bit similar to a flag from India. And here you can see grass, sky, and wheel here as symbol of itinerant life. And we can start with Romani anthem. And what's very interesting, it was a Romani folk song from Eastern Europe, but this folk song became very popular, and some people claim themselves as composers. For example, a very famous singer from Serbia, Shaban Bajramović, he claims, I composed this anthem. What's interesting, because Romani people traditionally were musicians without musical theoretic education. They were mostly playing by ear. So Romani anthem has her official variation, but is very rarely listened to this anthem in official version. They mostly change some words. Here, Bachtale, happy, Romans, I made happy Roma. They very often sing Chore, does mean poor, Roma, or Bokhale does mean hungry, Roma. So there are happy roads, Bachtale, chore lunge. So they change text. So we can listen to one part for your imagination.
Çelem çelem ungometromesa Mala çelem şukare romesa Çelem çelem ungometromesa Mala çelem şukare romesa I hate the Romani. Hey, hoy, the Chevrolet. Hoy, hoy, the Romani. Hey, hoy, the Chevrolet.
So it's a variation of the official version in this break, but here is official version. You can read the notes, and we will listen to once again just a small part of this anthem, and you can see it. It's different melody too. So variability and oral tradition as one of the signs of folklore. You can see anthem. I can't to imagine somebody this makes with Czech anthem, but in Romani area, it's normal, and it's a normal way how to reshape music, reshape and inspire by another and put a different form to songs and to music. So we can listen to this.
Çelem çelem
It's changing.
Mala çelem şukare romesa Çelem çelem ungometromesa Mala çelem şukare romesa
So it's what's interesting, Romani anthem became this, or it was not Romani anthem in this time, but this folk song became very popular in 1967 when very famous movie Skupliači Peria was made by Alexander Petrovich, and there is very popular scene in this movie, and from this movie wided this song in many countries, and in our republic too. I will show you Czech variation of this song, but now we will see just one part of this scene from movie from 1967. it was just very famous part from this movie, and during very small time I did this melody in and this song in many countries. Here you can see many variation of the name of this song. And what's interesting, I have very interesting variation of this song from Czech area, from former Czechoslovakia. Now you can't listen this variation because after Velvet Revolution started to organize many festivals with Romani of Romani music, and started to work. Different organizations started Romani Rising, and every Rom knows we have our Romani anthem, but in 80s it was recorded by my husband in 1982 during communism. So and it was recorded in a small town, Čáslav, and here you can see this variation, and Czech variation is prison song, so completely different text. So we can listen to Zdeněk Koňák and Tomáš Koňák, young man. I was eyewitness 10 years ago. One of our friends, musicians, Romani musicians, he was invited to play in one occasion, and he started to play this Czech variation of the Romani anthem, and it was between Romani people very deeply criticized and had conflict, and many people said, why did he sing this bad song and so on. So but before Velvet Revolution, it was very often listened, and it was our variation of this song from this movie. So here is just one variation, and here you can see there are some pictures of Romani people. So for your imagination, how do Romani people live? It's interesting to so. There are pictures from different parts of Europe and musicians with typical musical instruments. It's something for your imagination about their traditional lifestyle. So there are some pictures from Romani people were traditionally nomadic people. In our state, in our country, are settled from 18th century, and some groups of Romani people, Vlašika Rom, they were settled in the end of 50s of the 20th century. Many of them were professional musicians and tradesmen. The women mostly were fortune tellers, and we can say every Romani group created her own musical style based on the musical tradition of the place where they lived or where they came through. So it's interesting. Romani language has approximately 60 dialects, but what's interesting, the topics of these songs are very similar. So, we will speak about topics of the songs. And very often is part of their performance dance. In some countries where Romani musicians, professional musicians, involved in creation of the national musical style. It was, for example, in Hungary. Hungary was important to our country because from part of Hungary was Slovakia, and after Second World War came in Czech and Moravian Republic, part of Republic in this time, many Romani people from Slovakia. So our Romani people are playing Hungarian music. Another country where created Romani people special musical style was is Russia. There Romani people created choirs, dancing and singing, accompaniment of guitar. And Spain is center of flamenco. Very interesting musical culture. Something like musical fusion, co-created Romani people in Southeastern Europe and in West Europe, in France and Germany. Manouche and Sinti, they started to play jazz, swing, and gypsy jazz or gypsy swing is very famous through one great guitarist, Django Reinhardt. For many Romani group is music one of main sources of their livelihoods. They mostly performed for Romani people name us, who are not Romani people. They call us Gaje. Gaji is woman, Gajo is man. And for them performed mostly popular or folk songs. It was for many occasions, weddings, funerals, many celebrations, many type of celebrations, and these folk music of these places transformed into different Romani styles. So we can say music of the Romani people is based and deeply affected by the folk music of the countries where the Roma went through or settled. And here is one question. If we are speaking about Romani music, does mean we suppose it's some common elements to this Romani music, but and it's they are different kinds of music and they have very rarely something common. Another music play Romani people in Spain, another kind of music play in Russia, in Balkan, and it's very complicated to say this is Romani music and this is this isn't. It is not. And it's another question. Can we find in Romani music some traces of the music from India, from country they are from where Roma came? So they are complicated questions, and some scholars say it's better speak about music of the Romani people, because Romani music is big fusion, and it's much more suitable use this term music of the Romani people. I agree. So but when you listen to some music of the Romani people, you can identify where they from. Before internet boom, before globalization, it was easier. Now in these days, you can listen to musicians, Romani musicians from Serbia, for example, excellently playing gypsy jazz, or you can listen how Czech Romani people try to play Serbian music from Serbia, and so on. So the affection by different musical styles is very strong, but still you can say this is this kind of music is from Russia, this kind of music is from Hungary, and so on. So we sometimes speak about music as about mean of identification. We can identify the Romani people, where are they from, by listening their performance. This topic, it's just for don't forgetting nothing, but it's topic for special lecture. During 19th century started Romani people inspire romantic musicians because they became in the romantic era symbol of freedom, of it was a romantic imagination about freedom and about very nice life, but their special songs, their music inspired many composers first, who became deeply interested in music of Romani people from Hungary. Was Franz Liszt. He became familiar with some musicians, and he wrote very famous treatise about and very first treatise about music of the Romani people, De Bohemians et de leur musique en hongrois. It was firstly published in 1859, and we can say Franz Liszt composed many compositions using motifs and themes from Romani music. And what's interesting, we can listen in his compositions truly Romani music of his time. Another composer, Johannes Brahms, composed le dances, Ongra dances, Hungarian dances, and we can listen to now one of the most famous violinists from Hungary, Robi Lakatos, and he is playing one of the Hungarian dances, number 5, on his violin, and it's improvisation in typical Romani style. This form, you know, Hungarian dances were in origin for four-hand playing on the piano, later became orchestrated for orchestra, and now you can listen to Robi Lakatos playing it on violin solo by accompaniment of pianist.
Well, I'd like to hear some unorthodox gypsy fusion
Yes.
a la Brahms
Yeah.
and Bihari. You're going to play the Brahms Fifth Hungarian
Yes.
dance with bits of János Bihari in there
Original,
as well.
yeah.
Okay.
So mix with the original version.
Thanks very much
Thank
for
you
coming
very
in
much.
today. Robi Lakatos playing violin and playing piano. František Janoška.
So it was improvisation on the, and way how come Romani music back to Romani musicians. So Johannes Brahms was inspired by Romani music, and now many Romani musicians love to play these Hungarian dances. Very often Romani musicians are performing Franz Liszt, Rhapsody, Hungarian Rhapsody. One of the best surprising was meeting with one illiterate cymbalist from Bulgaria, from one settlement. He was playing phenomenal cymbalom, and he played this Hungarian Rhapsody by Liszt, and I asked him how did he learn this piece. He told me, I have no musical education, I play it just by ear. So it's form how is by Romani musicians the music reshaped and back performed. From Czech composers, Antonín Dvořák composed gypsy melodies, but they have nothing common with character of Romani music. It's just romantic inspiration. But by Pablo de Sarasate, Johannes Brahms, or Franz Liszt, you can listen to deep interest in Romani music, and that's because of Pablo Sarasa, Brahms, and Liszt are very often performed by Romani musicians, but not Antonín Dvořák. So a very special part of Romani music is are Romani songs. There is proverb: girls are born with a song on their lips, and boys with a violin in their duet. What's interesting, instrumental music is very changeful. You can listen one song in many variations, into many arrangements, but the texts, lyrics of these songs are stable. They are connected to traditional poetic, and many of their songs have are sung by girls, by women, are connected to food, family, detachment, love, affection, dying, and symbolism. Very interesting is color symbolism. Red color is symbol of happiness, and black color is symbol of unhappiness, death. Oda Kalo Chirikloro, its song, this black bird, and black bird does mean death. So there are many parts. Very by Romani people are very favorite songs about food. For example, Ada Divesto Sara. It's very funny song. Ada Divesto Sara, Hanoroma Jumara, Hale Tashlile, Man Ole Star Nadine, Hale Tashlile, Man Ole Star Nadine. Does mean Roma have been eating crackers, large crackers, since morning. They ate until they choked, but they didn't give it to me. So there are something very funny lyrics of these songs. Very interesting are historical motifs in these songs. For example, during Second World War, the Romani people started to reshape old songs. Oda Kalo Chirikloro, here you can see the black bird bringing death, and here you can see new lyric Auschwitzate Hinkerbaro. I will speak about this song in next slide, so I just want to mention this song. Another song, Čauri Romani, is an official anthem of the Romani people in our area, in Czech, Moravia, and Slovakia area. And during Second World War, this same melody transformed into a song about reflections of the living in a concentration camp. Original, this song is Čauri Romani, joj de kermange jagori, nacekni na bari, jaj, čara v tvorovodě. It's original lyric. Romani girl, make a fire neither big, neither small, I am begging you. And during Second World War, they started, after this first verse, stanza, to sing Androdata Boris, jaj de pari buči keren, Pares buči keren, jaj, mek mari benchu. Then they do hard work in that camp. They do hard work and still get beaten. So they are these songs are eyewitnesses of the Holocaust. After Second World War came from Slovakia many Romani people in Czech part of our republic. So they started to sing Odakalo Chirikloro. You can see this same melody. Odakalo Chirikloro, Lijal mangem roiloro, Lijal mangem radomňake jaj, Onajana vsotekerel. So, and here started to speak about Czech towns where they started to live and where was very hard to live. During socialism era, started in the 60s, genocide for sterilization of Romani women, and with this sterilization is connected song Shunen Roma. It was this song, we will listen to this song with a translation. It's performed by ensemble Čercheň from small town Rokycany, and very famous Czech Romologist Milena Hipšmanová recorded and prepared for Czech broadcast in 1987. This broadcast about this topic, about Čercheň, about this ensemble, musical ensemble, and she mentioned this very important song. Here, these links are, if you are interested in this topic for sterilization of Romani women, so you can find very interesting articles and analysis in English language. So we can listen. So, here is this song about sterilization. Just a small part because we have no time. You can read text. So it's for your imagination how sounds this this song. What's interesting is it's very old melody, but a little bit reshaped. So, but it's old Halgato bass, but is put a new lyric and is a little bit transformed this old text and melody too. So, and I didn't mention very important person. It's Dušan Holý and Stibor Nečas. Dušan Holý was musician, great musician. He was very famous between folklorists, and he found one woman, old woman, Růžena Danielová, and he visited her, and she started to sing song Auschwitzate Hikerbaro, and this song opened this topic about Romani people in Auschwitz, in Czechoslovakia. In Czechoslovakia was became this topic opened thanks to Dušan Holý and Stibor Nečas. Stibor Nečas started to find in archives and started to study about Holocaust, and his inspiration was this song. We will listen just first stanza of this Růžena Danielová singing this song. Not Dušan Holý will sing it in this.
Auschwitzate Hikerbaro Odoi Beshel Mropirano Beshel Gondoline Premande Poviste.
So it was strange a little bit, because about Jewish Holocaust we were familiar with Jewish Holocaust, but about Holocaust of Romani people no one spoke, and now this song opened completely new topic, and Stibor Nečas wrote his monography, his publication, Accusatory Songs, and he firstly published details about life of Romani people during Second World War in concentration camps. So it's shortly before my end, I want to show just a little bit slides. Our area is deeply connected to Hungary area because Slovakia was part of Hungary, and from today Slovakia came many famous musicians, Romani musicians. Some of them you can find on stamps of Hungary or on postcards. So Hungary area is for Middle Europe the most important. In Southeast Europe you can find elements of Ottomans era, and how in Russia, here we don't see it, but in Russia there is tradition of Romani choirs, and in Spain flamenco. So here you can see map Europe and main musical styles developed in some countries, and we can say many the Romani people were involved in some national styles of music. We have listened mostly Hungarian music, so I want to just say many of the very slow songs that are Hallgato. I sang for you Hallgato, Čaury Romani musical anthem, and they are connected to very quick Čardáš. You have listened part of Čardáš in this piece by Robi Lakatos, Hungarian dance number 5 by Johannes Brahms, and we didn't speak about itinerant Vlašikarom. They have their slow songs, Loki díly, and fast dancing Čapáš. They historically didn't use musical instrument, and their accompaniment was rhythmical by hand clapping, spoons clapping, oral bass, or some sounds similar to in nowadays very popular beatbox. And very often during celebration were sung epic songs, kinds of Loki díly, and these epic songs, it was storytelling started with excuse me, I'd like to sing you my song, Daven Bachtale, may you be lucky, and very speech before every epic song was speech. We have no time to listen much more, but a little bit. It's typical for Vlašikarom from Hungary. They very often use jug milk. So it's just so maybe you have heard about very famous movie Tábor uchodit v nebo, Queen of the Gypsies. In this movie became very famous two melodies, and what's interesting in this movie play members of the famous Theater Roman from Moscow, and what's interesting, origin of these songs are in Zakarpattian Ukraine, and you can listen a little bit and see their style of dancing. So it's just for comparison to we have spoken mostly about our Middle Europe area, but it's interesting just a little bit, just some seconds, listen different styles for comparison. So here it was the most famous Romani musician, Manitas de Plata. Maybe you have listened about him. He was virtuoso on guitar, flamenco virtuoso, silver hand. And his sons and grandsons are very famous Gypsy Kings. It was flamenco. With flamenco is connected saint. In Saint Marie de la Mer is Saint Sarah. She is for Romani people their saint, and when is her feast, many people from Spain come into south of France, and for whole evenings they are playing flamenco. One of the most famous kings of flamenco in Saint Marie de la Mer was Manitas de Plata when he was young, so it's interesting. So next, in South Europe you can listen very often brass bands. In Macedonia, Turkish rhythm, Turkish music transformed into brass band. So it's Macedonia. In Serbia, in Guča, every year is big festival of brass band from whole Southeast Europe, some ex-Yugoslavia, and one of the most famous singer from Serbia was Shaban Bajramović and Josipa Lisak. We can listen just small.
Molim vas lijepo.
Maybe you have recognized.
Challenge,
Malá vile šukaje Romy.
So, and West European music is for maybe you have recognized very famous, very favorite video game Mafia, because this song was used by creators of this video game Mafia, minor swing by Django Reinhardt, one of the most famous Sinti. And through Django Reinhardt and Manouche came from America into Europe jazz. What's interesting, Django Reinhardt started to improvise not jazz standard as in America. He started to make jazz improvisation on theme from classical music. For example, Tchaikovsky Pathetic Symphony, or on theme Norwegian dances by Grieg, Debussy's melodies, and it's very interesting. Listen to his improvisation, connection between classical music and jazz. So it's interesting. It's typical for Manouche, from Francophone, from Romani people from Francophone countries, and for Sinti from Germany-speaking countries are typical songs in their language, and but it's still jazz. So what to say in the end? Just invitation. Just I want to speak about two movies. If you are interested in music of the Romani people, one of the directors from France, French director of Romani ethnicity, did many movies on about Romani people, but Láčo Drom, Happy Journey, Safe Journey, is interesting because it's something like a musical road movie. You can listen. This movie start in India and slowly through different countries come the people and music to Europe. So you can find this movie on the internet, on the YouTube too. So it's one interesting movie, and another one is interesting because it's it is focused on the contemporary current state of the music in our area, in Czech, Moravian, Slovak areas. Zbigněk Andrš, my husband, for 10 years visited Romani people, Romani musicians, and 2 or 3 hours where became no, in origin it was 16 hours of music. Then they shortened movie on 3 hours, and now is 1.5 hours. So you can see very interesting recordings made in cities, in small towns, and in Roma settlements in Slovakia, very poor. So what's my conclusion? my conclusion is music of the Romani people is highly affected by the folk music of the countries where the Roma are settled or went through. That's because of the Romani people is very changeful, and that's because we speak mostly about music of the Romani people than about Romani music. Lyric of their songs are still based on traditional Romani poetics and react to the major life events of their creators, historicity in the song. Music is many changes are associated with the process of globalization and development on internet, but we can still say music was before the era of globalization much more, but still is a very important mean of identification. So it's all. So thank you for your attention. And if you want to ask some question, I'm open to it. So I can share my screen, I think, and you can ask me. So I will stop sharing. So.
Well, our class period has ended. If anyone has questions, I can come up and ask Kateřina individually afterwards. But please, let's thank her for the fine presentation today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Again, you're free to go, but if you have a question for Kateřina, come on up and ask her directly.